everyone. Our lesson today is about continued proportion. Okay, if we have A, B and C are said to be continued proportion. Okay, so we have A over B equals B over C. Continued, it's connected what? The middle term. Okay, here if we have continued proportional, repeat the middle term. Okay, and A equals first term, B equals middle proportional or proportional mean, and C is third proportion. Okay, we have some examples. Number one, find the middle proportion. First, let the middle proportion is any letter like X. Okay, يبقى write 5 over middle repeated in middle، يبقى 5 over X equal X over 20 and make it as an equation. يبقى make cross multiplication. X times X, which is X power 2 equals 5 times 20. يبقى here we have X power 2 equals 100. To get the value of X, take the square root of 100 and don't forget to write positive or negative. So X here equal positive or negative 10. يبقى الميدل term here is 10. Okay, positive or negative 10. Okay, another example, also find the middle term. As we said, middle term, let the middle term is X. So we have L power 2 over X equals X over M power 2. Also cross multiplication. So X times X, which is X power 2 equals L power 2 times M power 2. Okay, also get the square root. So X equal, don't forget positive or negative, square root L power 2 M power 2. يبقى X equals positive or negative in the square root, divide power divided by 2. يبقى L power 2 divided 2, which is L, M power 2 divided 2, which is M. So the middle term here is positive or negative LM. Okay, another example, find the third proportion. As we said, the third proportional is here. So repeat the middle. 12 over 18 equals 18 over X. Let the third proportion is X. Make cross multiplication. So here we have 12 times X equals 12X equals 18 times 18, which is 324. Okay, we want to get the value of X. يبقى move 12 in the other side by divided. So X equals 324 over 12. Using your calculator, يبقى X equals 27. يبقى here we have the third proportion is 27. Okay, another example. Here we have first proportion, middle, and we want to get the third. Okay, let the third is L, okay, or M or X, any letter except X and Y, because here we have X and Y. Okay, يبقى as in the previous example, يبقى negative 8 X power 2 Y power 2 first over middle, repeated the middle, يبقى over M. Okay, make cross multiplication. Here negative 8 X power 2 Y power 2 times M. يبقى write negative 8 X power 2 Y power 2 M equals 4 times 4 16, X power 3 times X power 3. In the multiply, add the power. So 3 times 3, which is 6. Y power 1 times Y power 1 equals Y power 2. Okay, we want to get the unknown, which is M. Move all of this in the other side by divided. So M equals 16 X power 6 Y power 2 divided negative 8 X power 2 Y power 2. Okay, number with number, X add together and also Y together. So 16 divided negative 8, which is negative 2. X power 6 divided X power 2 in the division minus the power, يبقى 6 minus 2 equals 4, and cancel Y power 2 with Y power 2. So here we have the third proportion equals negative x power 4. Okay, we have note, if A, B, C are in continued proportion, then as we said, A over B equals B over C equals M, any constant. Okay, start from the last. So B equals CM and A equals BM. Okay, move B and write CM. So A equals CM times M, which is CM power 2. Okay, يبقى again we have B equals CM. Okay, and A equals BM. طب as we said B equals CM, يبقى cancel B and write CM. we have times M, يبقى CM power 2. Okay, طيب we have an example. if A, B, C are in continued proportion, يبقى first write A over B equals B over C equals M. start from the last, يبقى B equals CM and A equals, as we said, CM power 2. Okay, يبقى write the left hand side, which is 4A power 2 minus 3B power 2 over 4B power 2 minus 3C power 2. Okay, substitution. Here 4 times A power 2 يبقى 4 times A, which is CM power 2 all to the power 2. Okay, minus 3 times B power 2. B power 2 equals what? B power 2 over 4. Sorry, here B equals CM power 2. يبقى CM all to the power 2. Okay, over 4 B equals CM all to the power 2 minus 3C power 2. Okay, you can simplify from the first method. Okay, يبقى 4 times here power 2 C power 2 and M power 2 all to the power 2, which is C power 2 M power 4 minus here 3 times C power 2 M power 2 over here 4 C power 2 M power 2 minus 3C power 2. Okay, look at the numerator and get the common factor, which is in the smallest power. Okay, here we have C power 2 and C power 2. Make C power 2 as a common factor. M power 4 M power 2, get the smallest power, which is M power 2 and open bracket. we get here 4 C power 2. okay خلاص، يبقى M power 2 minus 3 C power 2 M power 2. okay، يبقى minus 3. close the bracket. Also from the denominator get the common factor. Here C power 2 and C power 2. Here we have M power 2 and don't get M power 2، يبقى C power 2 only. open bracket يبقى 4 M power 2 minus 3. What did you notice? Here we have the same bracket cancel together, and C power 2 with C power 2 cancel together, so the result will be M power 2, and let it number 1. Okay, get the right hand side, which is A over C by substitution. يبقى A, which is C M power 2 over C, cancel C with C, so the result will be M power 2, which is number 2. So we get from 102 the left hand side equals the right hand side. Okay, another example, number 2. If B is the middle proportional between A and C, so here we repeated B, يبقى here we have A over B equals B over C equals M. Okay, as we said, start from the last. B equals CM and A equals CM power 2. Okay, first get the left hand side. يبقى left hand side, which is a minus b over a by substitution. Here we have a which is cm power 2 يبقى cm power 2 minus cm over a which is cm power 2. As we said, take a common factor. Here we have c common factor and m power 2 m. Take the smallest power which is m. We get m minus cm divided cm equals 1. Don't forget to write 1. Okay, and over cm power 2. Okay, cancel c with c. Here we have m with 1m. يبقى first we have m minus 1 over m and let it number 1. Okay, get the right hand side. يبقى right hand side which is a minus c over a plus b by substitution. A which is cm power 2 minus c. هنا cm power 2 plus cm. Take a common factor. Here we have c only. Open bracket. We get m power 2 minus 1 over. Here we have c and m power 2 m. Take the smallest power which is m. The remainder will be m plus 1. Okay, cancel c with c. Okay, here we have m minus 2 m power 2 minus 1. Factorize m power 2 minus 1 which is open two brackets. Here we have m minus 1 and m plus 1. We studied in second prep over m plus 1. Okay, cancel m plus 1 with m plus 1. So we have the result will be m minus 1 over m and let it number 2. From 1 or 2 we have the left hand side equals the right hand side. Therefore the left hand side equals the right hand side. Okay, here another example. Try it by yourself. It's a homework. Okay, we have another example. We have first a note. If a, b, c and d are in continued proportion, we get continued. It means we repeated the element which is هنا a over b equals b over c equals c over d. Okay, all of this equals m. Okay, start as we said from the last which is c. يبقى here we have c equals dm. Okay, here we have b equals dm power 2. A equals dm power 3. Okay, يبقى if we have four quantities are in continued proportional, we get a over b equals b over c equals c over d equals m. So we have c equals dm and b equals here cm. By substitution يبقى dm times m which is dm power 2. Also a equals bm يبقى هقول dm power 2 times m which is dm power 3. Okay, يبقى here we have c, b and a. Okay, we have some examples. Number 1, if a, b, c, d are in continued proportional, يبقى first write a over b equals b over c equals c over d equals m, and start from the last. يبقى c equals dm, b equals dm power 2, and finally a equals dm power 3. Okay, prove that a plus d over b minus c plus d equals that. يبقى first get the left hand side which is a plus d over b minus c plus d. Okay, by substitution, as we said, a equals dm power 3 plus d over here b equals dm power 2 minus c which is dm plus d. Okay, as we said, get a common factor. Here we have d as a common factor. Open bracket, we get m power 3, don't forget, plus 1 over. Here we have also d as a common factor. We get m power 2 minus m plus 1. Okay, cancel d with d and factorize. Here we have m power 3 plus 1, which factorize, open a small bracket and a big bracket. Here we have m plus 1, get the first power 2, which is m power 2. First times second, which is negative m, and plus 1. Okay, also this we studied in second prep, over m power 2 minus m plus 1. Okay, cancel together, so we have the result will be m plus 1. Okay, the right hand side, which is a minus c over b minus c. Here we have a minus c over b minus c by substitution. A, which is dm power 3 minus dm over dm power 2 minus dm. Okay, take a common factor from the numerator, which is d. We have here m power 3, m, take the smallest power, which is m. We get m power 2 minus 1 over, here we have d common factor, m power 2, m, to take the smallest power, which is m. So we have here m minus 1. Okay, cancel dm with dm and also factorize, as we said in the previous example, m power 2 minus 1, open two bracket, m minus 1 and m plus 1. Okay, cancel m minus 1 with m minus 1, so the result will be m plus 1, which is 2. From 102 we get the left hand side equals the right hand side. Okay, the last example, if the quantities a, 2b, 3c and 4d are in continued proportion. Okay, يبقى first write the quantities, as we said continued يعني repeated, connected. يبقى a over 2b equals 2b over 3c equals 3c over 4d. All of this equals m. Okay, as we said, start from the last, which is 3c. يبقى here we have 3c equals 4dm. Okay, 2b equals 4dm power 2. A equals 4dm power 3. Okay, write the example. Prove that 2b minus 3c is a middle proportional between a minus 2b and 3c minus 4d. Okay, we want to prove that 2b minus 3c is the middle proportional. يبقى 2b minus 3c, we repeated 2b minus 3c. Here we have 2b minus 3c and 2b minus 3c, middle proportional between a minus 2b. Here we have a minus 2b as a first proportional. Here we have middle proportional and repeated 2b minus 3c, and finally over 3c minus 4d. يبقى here we want to prove that a minus 2b over 2b minus 3c equals 2b minus 3c over 3c minus 4d. Okay, يبقى first take the left hand side, which is a minus 2b over 2b minus 3c by substitution. A equals 4dm power 3 minus 2b equals 4dm power 2 over 2b 4dm power 2 minus 3c, which is 4dm. Okay, take a common factor. Here we have 4 common factor, d common factor, m power 3, m power 2, get the smallest power, which is m power 2. So here we have m minus 1 over also 4 common factor, d common factor, m power 2, m, take the smallest power, which is m. We get m minus 1. Okay, cancel 4 with 4, d with d, m minus 1 with m minus 1, we get m power 2 divided m minus the power which is m, and let it number 1. Okay, we get the right hand side which is 2b minus 3c over 3c minus 4g. Okay, by substitution, 2b as we said 4 dm power 2 minus 3c 4 dm over 3c 4 dm minus 4g. Also take a common factor from the numerator. We have 4 d m power 2 m, take the smallest power which is m, so we have m minus, don't forget 1, over here 4 common factor and the d common factor, we get m minus 1. Okay, cancel 4 with 4, d with d, m minus 1 and m minus 1, we get m. From 1 with 2 we have the left hand side equal the right hand side. Okay, thank you.